I spiked my leftovers with ghost pepper flakes to teach my brother a lesson. My brother Jake has always been one of those people who just takes whatever he wants without asking. Growing up, it was annoying but manageable. He'd steal my fries, drink my soda, wear my hoodies. But when we both moved back home after college to save money, it got way worse. The thing that really got to me was my food. I work 10-hour shifts at a warehouse, so when I get home, I'm exhausted and starving. I'd meal prep on Sundays, spending my whole day off making these really good chicken tikka masala bowls with rice and vegetables. Perfect for grabbing when I got home late. But every single time I went to get my food, at least half of it would be gone. Jake would just take whatever looked good and leave me with like 2 spoonfuls of rice and some sad vegetables. When I confronted him about it, he'd just shrug and say stuff like, "I was hungry," or "You make too much anyway." One particularly bad week, I came home Thursday night completely dead tired. I'd been looking forward to my tikka masala all day. I opened the fridge and found my container completely empty, except for some rice stuck to the sides. Jake was in the living room playing video games, acting like nothing happened. I snapped, "Dude, that was my dinner. I haven't eaten since lunch." He didn't even pause his game. "There's pizza rolls in the freezer." That's when I decided to get creative. The next Sunday when I was meal prepping, I made my usual chicken tikka masala. But for one special container that I marked with a tiny dot, I added something extra, ghost pepper flakes. Not just a little sprinkle either. I went heavy with them, mixing them in really well so you couldn't see them. I put the spiked container right in front where Jake always grabbed food from, and put my real food in the back. Then I waited. Monday night I got home and checked the fridge. The marked container was completely gone. I found Jake in his room, door closed, with what sounded like a fan running. When I knocked, he just grunted, "Go away." Tuesday morning he looked rough. His lips were still a little swollen and his eyes were red. I asked if he was feeling okay and he just mumbled something about food poisoning. But here's where it gets really good. Jake apparently didn't learn his lesson from just the ghost peppers. That Tuesday, he went and took my backup container too. This one wasn't spiked, just regular tikka masala. But I guess after the ghost pepper incident, his mouth was still sensitive because he came storming into my room at like 11 p.m. "What the hell did you put in that food?" I played dumb. "What food? You know what food. My mouth is on fire." I shrugged. "I don't know what you're talking about. That's just how I make it." The next day, Jake went to our mom and complained that I was trying to poison him. She called me into the kitchen for this whole intervention. Jake was sitting there with a glass of milk, looking all pathetic. "Your brother says you put something in your food to hurt him," Mom said. I looked right at Jake. "Why were you eating my food anyway?" "That's not the point," he started, but Mom cut him off. "Wait, you were eating his food? After I told you both to respect each other's things?" Jake tried to backtrack. "I was just really hungry and so you stole his dinner and then got mad when it was too spicy?" Mom was getting that tone. "And now you're tattling because you didn't like what you stole?" The whole thing backfired on Jake completely. Mom made him apologize and pay me back for all the food he'd taken. But the best part was what happened next. A few days later, I was making my usual meal prep when Jake came into the kitchen. He watched me cooking for a minute, then asked, "Is that going to be really spicy?" "Probably," I said, not looking up from the stove. He stood there for another minute. "Could you maybe make me some too? I'll pay you for the ingredients." I almost laughed. "You want me to make you food now?" "Yeah, but like normal spicy, not whatever that other stuff was." So now every Sunday, Jake gives me $20 and I make him his own container of tikka masala. He hasn't touched my food since.